Hey guys, what's happening? And welcome back to the channel where we take awesome out of the box. My name is Jamie.
I'm Lea, and we just got back from the launch of the Samsung Galaxy M20. We know that a lot of you guys are really excited for this device. Nakita namin yung comments nyo sa website and here in the channel. So we're glad to announce, to let you guys know that it's finally here in the Philippines.
So as Lea said, it is a highly anticipated device, primarily because of its price point. Now we finally have the local pricing here in the Philippines. It's 10,990 pesos, which is not bad at all for what you're getting. So without further ado, let's give you our first thoughts on our first couple of minutes with the Samsung Galaxy M20.
So let's start with the build quality and design. The phone is made out of polycarbonate plastic, and let me share my thoughts on that. Let's start with the good things because I'm a positive person. I like it that it has a good grip. Because, it does. Hindi siya madulas. And for someone who's dropped quite a number of phones, it's a pretty traumatic experience for me. It's important for me for the phone to have a good grip. So, in that department, it's a good thing. However, I think the downside is we're used to seeing a lot of pretty flashy phones that even though it's made out of plastic, it looks like it's made out of glass. May illusion na ganon. This one does not have that. You look at it, you know it's plastic. It's more utilitarian than fashionable, if put it that way.
So like as Lea said, you know, it's made of polycarbonate plastic and you can definitely feel it as well. Personally for me, the ergonomics are a little bit off. It just didn't quite sit well in the hand as other phones that we've tried in the past. But again, this is not to say that it's a bad looking phone. It's just that you have a lot more competition out there that definitely has a more visual pop to them that might be more attractive. But again, this is maybe something akin to more of their entry-level J series phones with a different finish, which unfortunately leaves a lot of fingerprints. I mean, we say that a lot of phones are fingerprint magnets on this channel, but this one particularly, because of the whatever coating that they used on the back panel of the phone, did leave quite a lot of smudges that we had to wipe down to get the B-roll really clean for you guys. One thing I have to talk about with the Samsung Galaxy M20 is the fingerprint placement, since I felt like it was a little high, which is kind of weird since Lea didn't complain about it and I did, since I have much bigger hands than she does. And I had to like play the guessing game on where it is.
You get used to it. No, seriously, it's because I have small hands. So regardless of the phone I use, for as long as it has the fingerprint scanner at the back, I have to adjust my grip. It's a talent. No, I'm kidding. So
adaptation.
Yeah, you get used to it, but I have to admit you really shouldn't have to, because if it was designed properly, then it should be right there where your finger is.
So again, it's part of the whole ergonomic thing I was talking about earlier. But again, it's not a deal-breaking thing. The fingerprint scanner was actually quite responsive if I did find it on the first try. But again, there's a face unlock feature if you're into that. But personally, I like having a physical fingerprint scanner. Okay, so let's talk about the display on this phone. It's a 6.3-inch Full HD Plus TFT display, which, you know, it's not a super AMOLED panel. It has that Infinity V we'll call it Infinity V display, but basically
it's a water drop notch, a halo notch, a really, really tiny notch.
You drop this, whatever marketing lingo you want to put on it, it's a notch.
Small one.
A small one. But what do you think about the display?
Well, I have to admit I'm kind of spoiled with a Super AMOLED display. So when I saw it, I immediately saw the difference. It's not as vibrant, the details are not as crisp. But then again, we have to take into account the price of the phone. For 10,990 pesos. We really can't complain. It's a pretty good, it's pretty good for the price.
Yeah, so again, these are just our initial impressions of the M20. We were basically in a launch event kanina. It was pretty good. I played a trailer of Captain Marvel. It was pretty decent. The color reproduction was pretty decent. But again, it's no super AMOLED display, but definitely serviceable given the price. While we're at it, the notch houses the phone's front camera, which is at 8 megapixels. I'll throw up a more detailed spec list on screen because I forget what aperture it's at. We took a couple of selfies and it's pretty good.
I was pretty happy with it. They were a bit on the cool side, but I mean, it's not like I'm blue or anything.
While we're on the topic of cameras, you also have a dual rear camera setup, which is you have a 16 megapixel main camera and a 5 megapixel ultra wide setup, which is pretty cool. I mean, a lot of phones are going wide these days. I know you're particularly fond of the ultra wide setup.
Yeah, I am. I like taking landscape photos, so of course you get more in that shot. So I appreciate that a phone in this price range has that option already. Although I did notice some distortions aside. What do you call it? The barrel
distortion.
Yeah, barrel distortion. So if you guys are gonna take a photo with your friends, make sure you stay in the middle. Stay in the middle, or else you're gonna look distorted and stretched and fat, and you don't want that. So para maganda ka sa picture, sa gitna ka dapat.
Okay, so we're gonna throw up a couple of sample images that we took earlier today. There's gonna be a poll on the corner of the screen. Let us know what you guys think. I particularly think it's pretty impressive for what you're getting. You have to consider the price point on this phone. Again, I think we can't drive this home any further. 10,990 for a Samsung device, no less. Colors were pretty good. We do have to test it in low light conditions. I think that will be the clincher.
It has live focus.
Oh yeah. It does have live focus like any other Samsung camera. Not any other, but most Samsung cameras out there, and it's pretty good. But you know, we did notice that you couldn't adjust the bokeh after the fact, or I just didn't see it.
Kailangan natin i-update. I don't know.
Again, we spent like about 20 minutes with the phone, so it was very brief. But yeah, tell us what you guys think. There's a link. Again, there's a poll up above in the corner of the screen. Let us know what you guys think of the photos from the Samsung Galaxy M20.
So the phone runs on an Exynos 7904 with 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage. So this is a base variant. We don't know if yung 4 GB ng RAM will be available here in the future, but for now, this is what we have. Okay,
so basically, if you're wondering, the 7904 Exynos chip was launched earlier this year, and it's pitted against the Snapdragon 636, which, as we all know, is also a budget-oriented mid-range processor. Now, we were unable to really run benchmarks on this device because, again, first impressions. But so far, from what I've seen online, it does pretty well, but we don't want to give our final judgments because I don't want to give it the short end of the stick as of now. So we'll just take it at face value. Those are just the specs, but it runs pretty well. Navigation was pretty smooth for the short amount of time that we tried with it. But again, we'll have to test this out further when Samsung Philippines does send us a review unit.
The M20 runs on Android Oreo 8.1 with Experience UX 9.5.
So I know that a lot of you might be disappointed that it didn't come with Android Pie out of the box, but it is what it is, and hopefully they do roll out that update very soon. We just can't give you a guaranteed timeline on that since we don't know. We can just hope for the best that it comes really soon. But I personally feel like they missed the mark here by not giving us Android Pie out of the box, since we've had it for quite some time now, and there's already rumors of what the next Android will bring. So again, fingers crossed that it'll roll out really soon. Join us, won't you?
The M20 has a 5000 mAh battery.
So that's along the lines of the Zenfone Max, which is, you know, Asus's battery king, which is something that, you know, consumers wanted, a big battery capacity. The good news here is
it has a USB Type-C port.
Yay!
Fast charging!
So I know a lot of you are happy to see a USB-C Type-C port on a phone at this price point. I think that's one of the major pain points you guys have on most phones out there.
But seriously, 5000 mAh with no fast charging. Imagine how long it'll take to charge that. So with this one, at least you'd rest easy.
Yeah, so it's a 15-watt fast charger. Well, again, something we'll have to see with our full review about how long it actually takes to top up this device, but that's always a good thing to have on a smartphone. So that's pretty much it for this video, aside from hammering the point that it is 10,990 pesos once again. This is an online exclusive available via Lazada, Shopee, Argo Mall, and a lot more other outlets. There's a link down in the description down below for our hands-on article, which should give you the entire lowdown on how you can possibly purchase this phone.
Okay, actually, we were talking about this earlier. Who should buy, or at least who should consider buying this phone? We think that the market for this would be people who've always wanted to try a Samsung but found the flagship devices a bit too expensive or didn't find enough value in the J series.
Yeah.
Because we know the
So there are a few compromises to the J series that might have turned off a couple of people, but definitely I think the M series offers a ton more value in that department.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you've been curious about owning a Samsung device, this might be the one that you want to try out. So aside from that, we will leave a poll up on screen. Let us know what you guys think of the entire phone so far. Again, this is still up for our full review, a point that I can't hammer down more than the price. This is just our initial impressions. We didn't have just 20 minutes with the phone. So
I actually want to throw in a question because this space is probably one of the most competitive in terms of mobile devices. So would you guys consider this phone because it's a Samsung? I've been dying to know the value or of branding. How important is the brand to you guys when it comes to tech? So please let me know, help me out here, answer us by commenting down below.
yeah, she's a marketing
Yeah.
graduate, so you can't take that out of her. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. If you like it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next ones.
For the latest tech news and gadget reviews in the Philippines, head to unbox.ph and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. He's Jamie.
This
She's
is Nimi.
I'm Lea. Bye.
Bye.